Assalamu alaikum. This is Asad with the subject of cost accounting. This is our first lecture. So before going to start our first lecture, I would like to tell you about the course outline and the recommended book which I am using to cover your course outline. Recommended book is Useray 7th edition by the name of Cost Accounting Planning and Control. Now, cost accounting, it's a very interesting subject. Most of the students thinks that is very difficult subject, but if you studied the book and practice daily, you will feel that this is too much easy subject. Let's start. Cost. Before going to explain the cost accounting, so we should explain some terminology like cost, costing, expenses, and then cost accounting. Our few lecture will consist of theory, and after that we will start the practical questions. So first topic is cost. Most of the people, they use cost and expenses in a same sense, but there is a difference between cost and expenses. Cost is the value or the amount of resources given in exchange for some goods or services. So that amount is called cost. Dear students, here resource means money or money equivalent expressed in monetary units, or cost represents the amount invested in obtaining a product or services which has not yet expired. One basic property of the cost, not expired, or benefits of services of which have not yet been received or which have not yet been utilized or consumed in connection with the realization of revenue. So that is called cost. The amount which we paid for getting some goods or services and whose benefits are not expired, we not get the benefits from them. So that monetary value, that is called, or those efforts which we made, that is called what? That is called cost. For example, prepaid expenses. We pay rent in advance, that is called prepaid. Inventories of various kinds, properties and other assets for which we make the payments. These are the examples of the cost. Like we purchase machinery and we not utilize that machinery. So until and unless we not utilize that machinery, the amount which we pay, that amount is called cost of machinery. The CIMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accounting, London, that defines the cost the amount of expenditure incurred or attributable to a specified thing or activity, that is called cost. Like manufacturing process. So on manufacturing process, when we are doing or any business are doing and some expenses occur on it, some monetary value that are expanding by the business. So that amount which took place, that is called what? That is called cost. Like to manufacture a pen. So three things are used: materials, labors, and overheads. So the cost of all these, the value which we pay for material purchasing, for the labor who manufactured it, because without labor this is impossible that the production should take place. If we are also using, let's suppose, machinery, so machinery are also run by labor, and some overhead cost. So all these when we combine, so they gives us what? Cost result. So shortly we can define that cost is the monetary value which we pay to get some product or services. Sometimes we are also not involved in the manufacturing. We are providing services, and for those services, when we entertain those services, so we are giving some amount. That amount is called cost. So cost is that amount or this price which we pay, and their benefits we still not utilize. So that amount is called cost. Now expense. Expense refers to that amount or that cost which has expired or which has been charged against the revenue of a period. When a business wants to generate some revenue, so they consumes some money for different purposes. For example, rent of the factory, rent of the office, salaries to employees, wages to worker or labor. So expenses, we can say that those amount which the business paid, and their business and their benefits are already received by the business. Such monetary value, that is called expenses. For example, we pay electricity bill. So already we use the electricity, and at the end of the month we pay the electricity bills. Business never pay the electricity bill in advance. Similarly, salaries of employees. So salaries of employees, that should be given at the end of the month. From total months, benefits are taken by the business from the employees. Employees work for the businesses. So that is the main difference between cost and expenses. That expenses are those payments whose benefits are already taken by the business, and cost are those payments whose benefits are not taken yet by the business. Or we can define cost and expense like that cost is the unused portion of assets and expenses are the used portion of an assets. Now, classification of the cost. So there are various ways of classification or classifying the cost, and each classification serves as a different purpose. Important classifications are given below. First one, natural classification of cost. So natural classification of cost consists of manufacturing cost, or this is also called productions cost, and second one is commercial expenses. Manufacturing cost like purchasing of the raw material, applying direct labor on it, and some overhead, and at the end we are getting the finished goods. Commercial expenses like marketing expenses. So marketing expenses like distribution and selling expenses. Administration expenses are administrative expenses, that is called general and admin office expenses. For the office, when we are businesses are also doing some expenses, so that is called administration expenses or administrative expenses. Cost with respect of accounting period. This is the second one times. So one is called capital expenditure, second one is called revenue expenditures. So capital expenditures are those expenditures which are done by the business and whose benefits are more than 1 year or one accounting period for the business. Like purchasing of machinery, that is a capital expenditure. Purchasing of land for business, purchasing of building for business. So business use machinery for more than one accounting period and they are getting benefits from the machinery. Similarly, they are using building and land for the business purposes for more than one accounting periods. So that's why those costs that is taken by the business, that is called capital expenditures. Revenue expenditures. Revenue expenditures are those expenditures or those amount which is used by the business and whose benefits are less than one accounting period. So such expenditures are called revenue expenditures. For example, a rent of building. So we paid the rent monthly basis. Salaries to employees. Once we get services of the employees and give salaries. Again and again when we take, so we make more payments. So these are called revenue expenditure. Once we use it and once we are taking benefits from them. In business take benefits for one time, so such expenditures are called revenue expenditures. These are also called period cost or periodic cost. Clear? Now, cost why there are need to calculate the cost. The one questions come in a mind. So, to find the sales price, business needs to calculate the cost price. One main purpose of calculating the cost is to fixing the sale price. That how we can fix the sale price. Look at nowadays in the competitive environment, dear students, this question also come in the mind that we can fix the price according to our competitors. But problem here is that the productions of a product, that how much cost or business occurs on the producing of a goods or providing some services. So that's why for the proper fixing sale price we need a cash price. Look at F. We produce some finished goods and we don't know the exact cost of those finished goods. So either we will be able to fix the correct sales price. No. The second aim of calculating the cost is to control over the production cost or cost over the productions to earn maximum profit. Like if we don't know that how much that either the materials, raw materials we purchase, that is how much is their cost, and the labors we make payments to the labors which are involved in the manufacturing. Similarly, we not know about the exact overhead cost or the expenses which has taken place on the products or the finished goods. So we will be unable to control our cost of productions. We will not be able to properly calculate the production's cost. So these are the two main reasons. Due to that, the business then, this is necessary for the business to calculate the cost. I will explain this with a practical example. So look at, this is a company A and B. Now, dear students, we have the elements of cost. So, material cost, labor cost and overhead cost. In detail we will study these things. But now concentrate on the example. So, look at if company A material cost is 3. How much? 3. Direct labor cost, let's suppose that is 2. And overhead cost, that is 1. But on another side, the material cost of company B is 2. their labor cost is 2 and their overhead cost is also 2. Now look at what is the total cost of material company A, that is $6. And what is the total cost of company B? This is also $6. Now look at the sales price for both is $8. Both are competitors. So if let's suppose company A price is 9 and company B price is 8, so automatically customer will switch towards the company B. So that's why both have keeping the same price. Now here cost price is how much? 6. And here is also cost price is 6. So what is the profit of the company A and company B? So the profit, sales minus cost. So 8 minus 6, here is also 2 and here is also 2. But look at, problem is here. Where? Here. In material cost, the company A material cost is 3 and the company B material cost is 2. So if the company A reduce the material cost to 2, if company B they are reduce their cost to $2. How much? $2. 2 now. So now instead of 3, their cost will be now how much? 5. And what will be their profit margin? Here $3. So look at here, the profit of both the companies change now. Now company A selling price both are same, 8. But profit of A company is $1 more than company B. So that's why to properly utilize the cost, to control the cost of the productions, they are positively affect the profit margins of a company. So that's why to control the cost is too much important. Cost, I will repeat now, cost. So cost is what? Cost is the amount which is paid by a business to get some benefits or the amount which is paid to get products and services. So such amount is called what? That is called cost. So another one terminology that we will continuously use, costing. So costing are the methods to calculate the cost. For example, like job costing, batch costing, control costing, processing costing or process costing, unit costing. So these are the methods which is used to calculate the cost. It means that these are the different approaches or methods that how to calculate the cost. So the methods to calculate the cost, that is called costing. The next topic is now cost accounting. So cost accounting, now we can define that it's a branch of accounting which involves classification, accumulation, assigning, and control the cost. Or we can say that costing plus cost, that to assign to an activity for what purpose? For the purpose of that we can classify the cost. Classification of cost like direct cost, indirect cost, direct material cost, indirect material cost, direct labor cost, indirect labor cost, direct expenses, indirect expenses, or we can say that overheads. So classification of the cost, then accumulation, combine the different cost, assign cost to different activities and to control it. So this is called what? This is called cost accounting. Hope you will understand this. If you have any problem, so you can contact with me. Now I will give a short review in Pashto, that what does it mean by cost. No cost haga amount pe che kam hungar the your goods ya the services the agastolo the para the hasilawolo the para munkam monetary qimat warkau, monetary value pe kau, hage qimat the cost wailishi. The cost the para cost haga qimat te che the age benefits lamung agastine vi faide lane vi agasti payments kau. Expense the expense haga payments the che the age benefits yani faide business already agasti vi or the no hage payments ta sawailishi expenses wailishi. The expenses examples are the rent, salary, wages. Clear? Bia, capital expenditure or revenue expenditure. Capital expenditure haga qimats chikam business pekde de aw da agipa badlaki sahagasti di aw da agay faida time duration the yo accounting period na ziyad vi. That is called what? Capital expenditure. Revenue expenditures haga payments haga masarif che da agay benefits faida sirap yo account period puri vi ya da agay na kam vi. That is called revenue expenditures. Clear? Cost accounting se di cost accounting the accounting your branch the aga car se di cost classification, cost taqsimawal, accumulation, combined kawal ya ze kawal che sumra cost lagi, assigning au your cost your activity ta war kawal data sawailishi cost accounting. Accounting zamung sara pa mukhtalif we have a different types of accounts like financial accounting, cost accounting and management accounting. So financial accounting that to record the financial nature of transactions, responsible for the financial nature of transactions. Cost accounting there is to ascertainance of the cost And managerial accounting or management accounting, they are using for the decision making. Now hope kita subu poshiwie inshallah. For next class we will discuss the elements of the caste.